ऋषि पतंजलि योगा सूत्रा पार्ट 1 श्लोक नंबर 21 तीव्र संवेगा नामा सन्नः सक्सेस इज स्पीडी फॉर द एक्सट्रीमली एनर्जेटिक श्लोक नंबर 22 मृदु मध्या धीमात्र त्वात् ततो अपि विशेषः द सक्सेस ऑफ yogis differs according as the means they adopt are mild, medium or intense. Slok number 23 Ishwar Prani Dhana Vada or by devotion to Ishvara. Slok number 24 Klesh Karma Vipakash Yair Para Mrishta Purush Vishesha Ishvaraha. Ishvara, the supreme ruler, is a special Purusha, untouched by misery, actions, their results and desires. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. We must again remember that the Patanjali Yoga philosophy is based upon the Sankhya philosophy. Only in the latter there is no place for God, while with the yogis God has a place. The yogis, however, do not mention many ideas about God, such as creating. God as the creator of the universe is not meant by the Ishvara of the yogis. According to the Vedas, Ishvara is the creator of the universe because it is harmonious. It must be the manifestation of one will. The yogis want to establish a God, but they arrive at him in a peculiar fashion of their own. They say, number 25th, Tatra Nirati Shayam Sarvagya Bijam. In him becomes infinite that all knowingness which in others is only a germ. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. The mind must always travel between two extremes. You can think of limited space, but that very idea gives you also unlimited space. Close your eyes and think of a little space. At the same time that you perceive the little circle, you have a circle round it of unlimited dimensions. It is the same with time. Try to think of a second you will have with the same act of perception to think of time which is unlimited. So with knowledge. Knowledge is only a germ in man, but you will have to think of infinite knowledge around it, so that the very constitution of our mind shows us that there is unlimited knowledge, and the yogis call that unlimited knowledge God. Number 26. Da purve shamapi guraha kale nan vachedat. He is the teacher of even the ancient teachers, being too limited by time. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. It is true that all knowledge is within ourselves, but this has to be called forth by another knowledge. Although the capacity to know is inside us, it must be called out, and that calling out of knowledge can only be done. A yogi maintains through another knowledge that insentient matter never calls out knowledge. It is the action of knowledge that brings out knowledge. Knowing beings must be with us to call forth what is in us. So these teachers were always necessary. The world was never without them, and no knowledge can come without them. God is the teacher of all teachers, because these teachers, however great they may have been gods or angels, were all bound and limited by time, while God is not. There are two peculiar deductions of the yogis. The first is that in thinking of the limited, the mind must think of the unlimited, and that if one part of that perception is true, so also must the other be, for the reason that their value as perceptions of the mind is equal. The very fact that man has a little knowledge shows that God has unlimited knowledge. If I am to take one, why not the other? Reason forces me to take both or reject both. If I believe that there is a man with a little knowledge, I must also admit that there is someone behind him with unlimited knowledge. The second deduction is that no knowledge can come without a teacher. It is true, as the modern philosophers say, that there is something in man which evolves out of him. All knowledge is in man, but certain environments are necessary to call it out. We cannot find any knowledge without teachers. If there are man teachers, God teachers, or angel teachers, they are all limited. Who was the teacher before them? We are forced to admit, as a last conclusions, one teacher who is not limited by time, and that one teacher of infinite knowledge without beginning or end is called God.